welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. As you guys know, fall is literally here, and every fall Apple comes out with new products and updates and everything like that. So obviously this year Apple came out with a bunch of new products, and they also came out with the iOS 15 update. Unlike last year's iOS 14 update, there isn't too many things that are like drastically different, but there is a good amount of new features in the way things look and the way that you can do things on your phone now. So that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new iOS 15 features and how you can customize different things on your iPhone now with this update. So yeah, before we get into the video, the Bible verse of the day will be down in the description box down below, so if you want to go check that out, you most definitely can. And without any further ado, let's just get straight on into the video. So I just downloaded the new iOS 15 update yesterday actually, and so I've had a little bit of time to like play around with it. I do have a list on my phone, and I have a lot of the features that are new for the update on here. I'm not going to talk about every single feature that is new with this update because there's actually like a lot, but a lot of them were like little tiny little things. So I just picked out some of the main ones that I thought a lot of people would be interested in knowing about. And yeah, sorry if there's any lighting changes because the sun might be setting while I'm filming this video, but anyways, that's besides the point. So I'm just gonna get started on telling you guys what is on this list, so let's get into it. So as you guys can see, I already changed my home screen to fall themed, but the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the new focus modes. So this is a thing that I thought was super interesting, and I feel like that's the most like new thing on this update. So as you guys know, if you swipe down and go to your control center, there's this new thing called focus where the do not disturb button used to be, and whenever you open it up, it's actually really cool. I'm gonna try to explain it to you guys and tell you guys basically what it does, because it's a little bit confusing to like explain at first. But basically, if you go into your settings, or you can do it from your control center, you can go to this page right here, and basically what the focus modes are is to put your phone in a mode where you can focus on a certain thing. So like some examples of some modes that you could put on your focus is like a school mode, a work mode, like self-care mode, or a workout mode, or anything like that. And basically what it will do is it'll only allow certain notifications and like messages and stuff to come through that you want it to whenever you have it on a certain mode. So like for example, if you had it on your workout mode, you could only allow like messages from like your parents or family or something like that to come through. And you can also customize your home screens within the different modes. So if you have like your workout mode, you can customize your home screen to only have like your workout related apps on there, so that way you don't get distracted while you're doing your workout. So I kind of already made a mode for my school, and there's a bunch of different things like I said that you can do with this mode. So I'm just gonna make a new focus mode, that way I can kind of show you guys the process of like how you make one. So obviously I want to go to the plus button, and you'll just click on that, and then they have already like set up modes that you can pick from. So some of them are driving, fitness, gaming, mindfulness, personal, reading, sleep, and work. So I think I'm actually gonna make a mode for when I'm at cheer practice. So I'm gonna make a mode to where I only get notifications from like whenever my parents or like family members text me. What you want to do is click on custom, and then you can name it whatever you want. So I'm just gonna name it cheer, and then after you name it, you can pick a different color. So I'm just gonna pick red because that's one of like my gym's colors. And you can also pick an icon to go along with your like mode. So I think I'm gonna click this star one because a star is actually like my gym's logo. So then you just click next, and then the next thing that you can do is only allow notifications from certain people in your contacts. So like I said, on this one, I think I'm only gonna have like my family members. So you just go to add person and then click all the people that you want to be on this mode. Sorry if like the coloring just changed a little bit, but anyways. Another thing that you can do on this specific page is only allow calls from certain people. So obviously I'm probably gonna leave it on favorites because my favorites list is just basically my family members. So then you just click allow, and then the next thing that you can do is click certain apps to get notifications from. So say if I only want to get notifications from messages, phone, and like the reminders app or something like that, you can do that. So I'm also going to click on this time sensitive thing, which will only allow notifications that are time sensitive to come through your notifications, and click the apps that I want to get notifications from. And then after that, you obviously click allow again, and then it'll say that your focus is ready. So then you just obviously click done, and this is where you can also add a custom home screen, and you can actually add add a custom lock screen too, and you can also add a schedule. So for example, the time one is so you can schedule this mode to automatically turn on certain times on certain days. So like for me, I only have cheer practice on like Tuesdays and Sundays, so I could set this up to where it would only turn on those days on those times, which is really cool and helpful. You can also tell it that you only want this mode turned on when you're at a certain location. And then the last thing that's on here is apps. So say for example, you're in the mood to do a workout and you click on the workout app that you have, you could set your workout focus mode to go on anytime you press and go onto that app. So yeah, I think all of these are super helpful. But yeah, that's pretty much the basis of these focus modes, and you can obviously add however many you want for like all these different things. So the first FaceTime feature that I want to talk to you guys about is FaceTime screenplay. And I know this is probably long awaited for, and a lot of people have been wanting this. And basically what that means is that when you're on FaceTime, you can actually share your screen and watch movies and other things like that with your friends on FaceTime. And I haven't actually tried this feature out yet, but I feel like this will be really fun and useful whenever you're on FaceTime with your friends. So I thought that'd be good to talk about in this video. The next thing that I wanted to talk about with FaceTime is portrait mode. So when you're on FaceTime portrait mode, what it will do is when you're on FaceTime, it'll actually only focus on your face. And I know that sounds really basic, but obviously on the phones before the iPhone 13, you could not do portrait mode on a video. So being able to do this on FaceTime is really useful and cool. And the last FaceTime thing that I'm going to talk about in this section is FaceTime mute alerts. And basically it's kind of related to the focus mode, but it's basically when you're on FaceTime and you want to mute alerts and notifications from other apps and like messages and stuff. And I just feel like that's a really good thing to have, especially when you're like trying to talk to someone and you don't want to get distracted if you're like trying to do a study date or be productive or something like that with someone on FaceTime. So yeah, that's all the FaceTime features that I'm going to talk about. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the new notification look. So I'm putting a screen recording back up here, but as you guys know, our notifications used to be super big and bulky. They looked okay to me, but this way it looks so much cooler and like more modern looking. So I'm just gonna go to the notification center right now, and as you can see, this is what the notifications look like. They're way smaller and more like compact. And there's also another thing where it'll only show the summary of that notification. I'm not exactly sure like what that entails, but basically on some of your notifications it'll give you like a summary of what that notification says, so you don't have to like actually like read the whole thing. So that's kind of cool. But I just really like how the notifications look now. Some other apps that have a new look are also the weather app. So the weather app has way more features and it looks way more modern looking, just like the notifications. And yeah, it just has a whole new look and it looks super cool. There is also new features in the Find My app. I do not use the Find My app personally, so I don't really know the new features on there, but I know there is a lot of new features on there. The next thing that I want to talk about is Safari. So whenever you open up Safari, this is what it looks like. It obviously has a whole new look. A new thing with Safari is that you can actually customize a lot more on the start page of Safari than you used to. I actually kind of already knew about how to customize the Safari page, but apparently there's a lot of new features on like how you can customize it. And the next obvious feature that they have on this update is that the search bar is on the bottom of the page instead of the top. And I feel like this was a really good idea because sometimes I would hate like having to reach all the way up here to the top of the phone and then having to type what I wanted to say. I know that's really dramatic, but I just feel like it's super cool and useful to have it at the bottom. That way you just like click the search bar and then start typing what you want to search up. But yeah, that's something really simple that they changed, but it's actually a really great idea. The next thing that I wanted to talk about with Safari is that you can now group tabs. If you didn't know, if you use Google Chrome on your computer, you have been able to group tabs for a while now. So I have used it on Google before, and it's really helpful, especially if I'm working on a lot of school assignments all at one time, or like flipping between assignments in different classes and things like that. So especially whenever I have like a virtual day of school, I'll have like a group of tabs that are for like this class and then a group of tabs that are for this class, and it just makes it a lot more useful. I feel like I've been saying useful like every 5 seconds in this video. But if you go to the little tabs page, which looks like this, you can actually hold down on one of the tabs and there's these options down here. So you can like arrange tabs, close other tabs, copy, and then as you can see here, it says move to tab group. So basically you just wanna click on that, and then you wanna click new tab group. And I'm just gonna name this shopping because I do randomly look up different products and things like that. So I feel like I kind of need a little tab group for this, and then you just click move, and it'll move it to its own tab group. And whenever you want to get back to a different section of tabs or something like that, you just click down here at the bottom, and you obviously have your different tab groups. So the one that says 2 tabs was the one that I was just on, and so I'm just going to add this other one to the tab group shopping too. So then it takes you back to your start page, and then whenever you want to get back to those tabs, you just click the little like multiple windows button, and then click down here and then click shopping, and it brings you to those tabs. So I really love this feature because I feel like I always have a set of different tabs open. The next feature that I want to talk about is literally like the coolest thing ever, and that is the live text feature. So I'm sure you guys have probably heard about this, but this feature is literally where you can like scan text from the outside world from your camera or scan text from your pictures, and you can literally copy and paste it anywhere you want. So I think this is so cool. So I'm going to show you guys how to use it with your camera. You just want to open up your camera, obviously. I'm actually going to go behind the camera to my desk, and I actually do have one of those little like label sign things, and I'm going to get it to read it, that way I can copy and paste it into like Safari or something. So as you guys just saw in the screen recording, I actually had to get this bag of snacks because for some reason it wasn't picking up my little letter sign. So I just copied the text off of that bag, and you can literally like go into Safari and click paste. It literally copied that whole like title of those snacks, which I think is literally so cool. And another cool thing is that you can actually do it with photos as well. So if I go into this picture, this is one of the pictures that I use for my home screen, I can literally like click on hey there and pumpkin, and it'll scan it, and I can literally copy that. Like, how cool is that? I actually saw a TikTok where somebody took a picture of like the notes on the whiteboard or something and copied it, and that is literally so genius. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the new features with photos. So one of the new cool photos features has to do with messages. So say you're trying to send multiple pictures at one time, it'll actually group them in a stack. So if you just go on Safari and look up, let's just say you want to send pictures of dogs, I don't know. I'm fixing to show you guys the stacks in a second, but I'm also going to show you guys another cool feature. So say if you're on like some search engine, there's actually a way that you can send multiple pictures to someone without having to download them to your phone and then send them to the person. I just hold down on this picture. So basically you just scroll down after you're still holding on to that one, and then click the other pictures that you would like to send. And then once you have all those photos, you can literally with your other thumb swipe out of that app and go back into the app where you want to like send the pictures or like put them in an album or something like that. And then you can just drag and drop them wherever you want to put them, and it's as easy as that. And then back to the stacks feature on messages, you just send the photos, and since it's only 3 photos, it'll kind of overlap them like this. But if you click a bunch of different photos, so I'm just gonna click all these like fall photos, and you click send, it'll actually make a gallery stack sort of thing. So you can actually swipe through the photos and go either way. And I just think this is so cool, and the animation that they picked was so good. Like, it actually looks like you're flipping through photos. And then you can obviously hold down on the different photos and save them individually, but you can also click on where it says 10 photos, and you can see all the pictures that you just attached, and you can select them, and obviously the person on the other end can save them to their device like that. So I just think this is so cool and modern. So that is all the main features that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but there is a few features that I just wanted to mention to you guys. So the first one is FaceTime voice isolation, and I think that this is really cool because basically what it'll do is whenever you're in FaceTime, it'll only try to focus on your voice. So say if you're in like a noisy area, the person will only be able to hear your voice and nothing else, which I think is super duper cool. Another thing is that there's new features in Memoji. Another thing that's like really closely related to the focus mode is that you can just mute notifications temporarily. For instance, if you didn't want to be in like a specific focus mode where you only had like a very few amount of like notifications coming through, but you only wanted to mute like a certain amount of people, like only like a few people you only wanted to mute, that's what that's for. And also there's new features on the Maps app. So one really cool feature that I remember seeing on the website was that whenever you zoom out a ton, it'll actually go into a globe where you can see the whole globe, which I think that animation is really, really cool. And lastly, there's some updated look to some of the like Apple apps that I just think looks really modern and sleek. But yeah, I think that is everything that I wanted to cover in this video. Comment down below if you guys enjoyed this video or if I should do an update of what's on my iPhone, like fall edition. I didn't really know if you guys would like that since I just did one a couple months ago for the summer. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I post a new video every single week, and on some weeks I may try to post 2 times a week if I really want to get a video out for you guys for like a certain time or something. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We're literally so close to 2,000 subscribers, and that's literally so insane to me. But remember that Jesus loves you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.